All right, everyone, welcome to Strip Club. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here to present to you the March 2014 Strip Club quilt. 2015 Strip Club quilt called Little Boxes. Ta-da! Oh, come on, a little more. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so this one I love for its simplicity. It's strips and background fabric, and it's got a little sparkle, a little dazzle. It's got a little interest to it. It's really just one simple block. You know how we love to do that. So today I'm going to show you how to put it together. You really don't need me. This will be quick. Shall I do it without any words? My husband is probably saying, can you? But let's start with showing you just the simple block. So you can see it's just strips and background fabric. We're going to put it together by columns. We're going to create this column first by sewing a print strip, background, print, background, print. Now in our quilts, we use bright colors. They're actually a pre-cut roll from Maywood Studios. These are batiks. It's a Java batik roll, all beautifully packaged and pre-cut. And then just to be a little different, we chose a soft yellow for the background instead of a stark white. We love the way the yellow played with all of those colors, and it still kept the vibrancy in it. So we have the yellow as the background. So here are the pieces for column A. So what did I say? A print, beautiful print, background fabric. So if you need the pattern, just ask for it at your local quilt shop. And for those of us here, since we are your local quilt shop, you have it in hand. Little boxes for multiple sizes. You know how we love to do that with our strip patterns. So you sew your strips together like this, and then you'll cut segments. Your segments will become the columns. Sewn together, that will become column A. Yes? Now we're going to do column B. Column B, if you see it here in the quilt, this was A, background, print, smaller background, background, smaller background, print, and then background. So you'll sew those pieces together just as we did here to make a strip set. But they are different size background fabrics. There's another strip set, and then you'll sew more segments to make your column Bs. Better? So you cut those out into segments also. This will make your column B segments. Nope, column B segments. Yellow is whiter on the outside, so we have a wider background. We have the 2.5-inch print. We have a narrower background, 2.5-inch, and then back to the wider to finish off the strip set. So those together, you press the seams as the pattern says, which I think we have pressing to the strips. And then you cut out the segments. The segments look like this. So that's your column B. Make a bunch of A's, make a bunch of B's, and then cut some background, what do I call them? Spacers, I think I call them. And so with those, let's put the block together. We said column A. You imagine that goes first, right? Column A, a spacer. Column B. Am I right? A spacer. And then class, what do I do next? Column B. Oh, I'm going crooked. Just like writing on a chalkboard, you just go crooked. Column B. Spacer. Column A. I ran out of stage. You can do it, right? So when you put it together, you will alternate your blocks. And the easiest things to do is to look at the seams that create the columns. In this one, your columns are vertical. The next time, they'll be horizontal. So if you look at row 1, row 1, you'll start with one block where those seams are vertical, and then horizontal. Once it's all quilted out, you can't see it anymore, but when you're putting it together, that's your key for knowing how to twist and turn the blocks. You can twist and turn them any way you want. I'm not going to come and police your quilts. And then here we go, vertical again, and this one is horizontal. And then for the next row, we alternate again. So we start horizontal and then go vertical. What happens is you get a little dazzle effect. So you get 4 come together to make this little square. And then you have these 4 are part of the block. But then when you have these pieces on this block, they're on the outside. On this block, they're top and bottom. On this block, those little squares are on the right and left. And that's what makes it look like it's a more complicated quilt than it really is. It's just one simple block. Now notice that we opted to do a little piecework for the borders. With all of these little squares or little boxes, as the pattern is called, we put cornerstones, 2.5 inches, on border 1. For border 1, we use the same fabric as the background fabric. And then for border 2, a little 4-patch. It's nice. It sort of pulls that whole little box effect all the way out to the borders. And since 4 blocks come together to create this 4-patch, it just seems appropriate to have the 4-patch in the corners. Would you like to see it in another colorway? Are there any questions? Yes. Yes.
On here when it says background fabric, is that taken into consideration that border?
No. The question is the background fabric included in border 1? No, separate purchases. So if you wanted to do a different fabric for border 1, I give you the yardage as 2 separate cuts. So 1 background for the blocks, and 2 is border 1. So if you opted to use, say, a light blue here instead of the yellow, you could, because I'll tell you how much yardage to use. In our sample, we show you they're the same fabrics. I think it's pretty that way. And interestingly, the other quilts, we do the same thing. But I don't want to make decisions for you, so I give you the separate yardage so you can figure it out. Yes? 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 The 11.5-inch background segments are these pieces here, which I called spacers. So here, this piece, 1, 2, and 3.
So 11.5 inches long.
So that's where that background piece comes in. So first you sew them into strip sets, and then you cut them into additional segments that you'll use as spacers in the block. There, we're all better now. Any more questions? Oh, I love the questions, especially if I can answer them. Next time, please put all your questions in the box, and I'll review them before I. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I was going to show you another colorway. I'm very excited about this because this is my next line of fabric. So you guys get a sneak peek at the next line of fabric. If you don't like it, don't tell me. Very fragile. This is called Tonga Sunburst, and it's starting to ship out to stores now. You don't have a border yet because I don't have the yardage, so we'll have to, you guys can tell me what color you'd want for the border. So this is little boxes in Tonga Sunburst. Isn't that bright and fun collection? Green, I heard green. Green? Red?
Green.
Orange.
Green.
Orange, green. Orange, red.
Purple.
Yellow. Purple. Who said purple? Purple for the border. The fabric is called Sunburst. It's Tonga Sunburst. So who can tell me what size the green one is? It's a lap. And the other size, the other one? Throw. Okay. So I am holding up the lap in green. And then here, Lonnie is holding up the throw with latte as the background fabric. Fun, huh? So actually we got both of these quilts out of the same strip bundle. It's a twofer. Pretty fun, huh? We can put our arms down now, she says. Is this one? This was, what size was this, do you remember? Twin. And it used 30, how many? 28. 28 strips. So in this pattern, with a bundle of 40, and most bundles are either 40 or 42, you can almost make a king-size quilt. You just need 5 more strips, and you can make a king-size quilt using just one strip bundle. Lovely? Thank you. Is Sunburst a great name for this pattern? So, if there's no more questions on little boxes, I'm going to do something really fun this month. No more questions on little boxes? Last month when we were here, we showed you a pattern called Zigzag. And I challenged you guys to make the quilt for this month. So I have to share with you 9 different quilts made from last month's pattern. Do you want to see them? So this was, if you remember, Zigzag. And if you don't remember it, you can catch it on the YouTube.
I'm sorry.
Okay? Now let's see what you did. Oh, wow. Wow. That's cool. Really wonderful. So are you quilting it by machine? Yourself personally? Very nice. Oh, it's wonderful. Really terrific. Oh, it's wonderful. Can you see it? Oh, I love it. Red and blue with white now as the accent. Same? Same? Oh, it's great. Oh, it's wonderful. This is so much fun for me. Sharon, is this yours? So it's Sharon's. And it's got a label and it's quilted and it's bound. Yeah. Lovely. So here are batik strips. And whose quilt is this? Raise your hand. Lovely. Is it a bundle out of your stash? Out of the stash. And then white as the accent fabric to make it pop. Really nice. Yeah, love it. Very nice. Beautiful. Oh, that's terrific. So this is a black and white bundle with yellow as the accent fabric. What a terrific border, too, for this. Beautiful. Whose quilt? Raise your hand. Can I tell your story? 10-year-old grandson was very concerned because Grandma was going to strip club today. Told Mom, Mom, Grandma's going to strip club. So beautiful. And now here we have a green that has, as an accent, has great contrast, but it's not too stark. So it blends in nicely with another black and white with yellow. Now this black and white had yellow in it, in the strips. So it had a little pop of yellow already, and then yellow for the accent to give it additional pop. Another great border. And a label. Sweet. Whose quilt? Beautiful. Really like it. Pretty. Oh, really nice. Browns and blues. Such a great combination. Whose quilt? Lovely. Really nice. So here the black is that accent fabric that gives it pop. Love it. That's really great. So we got a bit of a wilderness theme going on here. And the background fabric is a soft color, so it's the lightest. It almost reads as a background instead of an accent. Look what she's doing with the borders. That's a nice element. Whose quilt is this? Really nice, yeah. Your first quilt? Aww. No, you get to see the back first. We'll see the front. For the first time, Lonnie and I can see the front. Oh, that's really nice. Just in time. This will be a great I Spy quilt. So here we have blue. And if you can't see from where you are, there's Easter fabric. So we have jelly beans and Easter eggs and bunnies and wonderful flowers, and then blue for the accent fabric. And then a single border now, not two borders. And then, of course, you saw the back, right? So here, hold on. Look, see, these must be extra strip sets from the quilt. Whose quilt is this? Lovely. If you want to see how Zigzag Zag is put together, we do have a video up on YouTube. You can go check it out. But if there's no more questions for today, well, I thank you guys for coming, and join us next month. We'll do another pattern for 2.5-inch strips.